So sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but we are back and we're ready to go. Unfortunately, we will not have a draft for this VOD, but coming into it, Blackheart's Bay, I definitely like Panda Globals going into this a little bit more, and it looks like that they are going to be on the right-hand side. Team Blaze will be on the left as we jump into it. More Azmodan hype. I think we've only seen one game of Asmo. The rest of it got banned.
Yeah, we've had most of the time people have been able to spot it out in time and been favoring some of the battlegrounds. We don't see him as we haven't seen a lot of Team the Spider Queen either, but we will have him on this battleground. We are going to have Team Blaze in blue with Rafflecopter, Claudius, Kawaii Rice, Som, and Jason.
It's totally not Cloud9 Maelstrom versus Cloud9 Vortex, guys. I swear. But yeah, Panda Global up 1-0, and they're going to be on the right-hand side here. Evan Drinde, Daihu, Lex Uther, the Barcode, and Zeus are going to be making up that roster. And if you've been watching us all day, you'll know that we've actually been covering these guys pretty consistently here. So, off to the races. It will be Sylvanas drawing the short straw up against Zagara into the bottom. And Zeus is ready to roll with that Reconstitution into the bottom. Taste for Blood will be rolling here for Azmodan as well. So, can the stack game work out here?
Well, I'm looking for a Moonfire from Malfurion. That will certainly help them too, but already they have Knight Takes Pawn, so it may not be an absolute necessity. That might be why he's thinking about what to pick there for his level 1 talent. Looks like we will have Perfect Storm pick up from Malfurion, or Muradin. So he's going to be focusing on that Storm Bolt here, and we've got a bit of an engagement in the mid.
Yeah, a little bit going back and forth. Nobody did actually die for the eye, but going 3v4, Rafflecopter and crew, I mean, I'm pretty sure Claudius here. Kawaii Rice, did he take the Moonburn? He actually hasn't figured it out yet, but that could be the reason why all three of them are here, but the engage is real. Panda is just really trying to curve down that initial start for that Azmodan, as well as guard out their chest. Nobody into the top lane whatsoever.
Bottom chest will be picked up by Blaze. Top chest going to go the way of Panda Global, so we've got a 5v5 doubloon so far. We'll have Pirate Camp spawning pretty soon, and still no pickup on level 1 talent there from Malfurion.
Maybe he forgot in his zest to get this game going. Barb's shot, though, is going to be real there for Sylvanas, so she should be able to deal with the bottom of Zeus. Okay, it's not going to win the lane, but she should be able to deal with it regardless. Claudius is going to be a big target here. Som has those 5 coins. He is also going to be on that docket, but Daihu, unfortunately, perhaps a little bit too far forward, will take his fair share of damage, since as of yet, no first bloods.
All right, well, we're looking at the big rotation coming out from the Rafflecopter on Azmodan, and they're rotating up with Johanna and Kawaii Rice Rafflecopter. Sometimes the Zeratul, but sometimes not, as they do have the potential of being able to throw out the globe and then into the punish. But now Gravity Left's going on Rafflecopter. They're really trying to stop this every way they can. They're being very aggressive, trying to push back Azmodan every chance they get, denying those stacks as long as they possibly can.
And if they can deny long enough, that late-game Rafflecopter will not have the damage to bear. It will probably go for the Pandas if they can actually keep this up repeatedly. And Som as well. I mean, Som has not actually been on the map, like, at all. He has just been out and about getting as many coins as he can. He does have that regen orb, the regeneration master, but so far not a lot of regen orbs to his name, but still he is the kind of hope here for Team Blaze as they go back and forth. 9 coins versus 5, because he's the only one out and about murking, but the rest of Panda, they are really keeping down Raffle. It's only up to 36 stacks instead of the closer to the 100 you might expect.
And they're doing a fantastic job of rotating along with it, but they can only delay it for so much. It's really up to them to try to do as much as they can here in the early game before he can pick up the Black Bull and start to get them by themselves. But if they can do that, get ahead in experience, get ahead and keep those stacks down, then that forces them to really focus on stacks into the later game in a time when they would rather be focusing on throwing those globes into the back line and maybe on top of Kael'thas and Zagara.
Yeah, indeed. All right, Kawaii Rice, a little out of position. I was expecting Daihu to kind of do a little bit more there, but unfortunately, they're going to just re-engage. And yeah, Kawaii Rice will drop out of that one. Daihu kind of hesitated in first. Ooh, nice dodge on the orb there as well. Will maintain those coins, but remember, he's been off the grid, and he is going to be turning in. We got some pings down on top of the lower Stone Bros, but the first turn in will go actually over to Blaze, despite the fact they couldn't solidify that first kill.
Not much damage on the structures here. Not sure that it'll be enough to be able to take down the fort. Neither team at 7 yet, so we're not going to be seeing... Looks like there's not even a potential for a mule on the side of Panda. Blaze could get it on the Malfurion, but they would be giving up a cleanse to do so. Do you think it would be enough? There's a lot of stuns on the side of Panda Global.
Well, with this many stuns in the game, a cleanse will really go far. Will we actually pick it up there for the Malfurion? Well, yes, he will by the end of it. And good timing there as well, because Rafflecopter getting CC'd down. If they can take him out, of course, you can't stack while you're dead. And it doesn't look like it's going to be so. Panda Global, they do lose out their mid, and in fact, they lose out their fort there as well. There's just enough damage from Blaze to make that capitalization worth. And as they go back and forth, Som, he's going to visit bottom. Zeus is actually low. The bottom lane is starting to look pretty wrecked, and apparently Malfurion is going to drop there as well.
Yeah, Great Condemn pulled him right back into the fray of all of Panda Global, and they're going to grab him too. And Rafflecopter, Claudius now do not have their healer up here to help, but they will be able to stack on top of this, get a few more stacks here. Still, Evan, Kael'thas and Uther all trying to make sure to rotate along with Rafflecopter, disrupt his stack building as much as they possibly can. Daihu is going to pick up all of the doubloons in the top. On bottom, though, those are still going to go in favor of Blaze.
90 bonus to Azmodan here at the 5-minute mark. So he is actually starting to get up a little bit higher. Kawhi Rice does actually have that Moonburn. He picked it a little bit late, but still it is there. And between that fort pickup and, well, a little bit of their soak, they have taken a bit of an advantage. But Daihu now with those 13 coins, he's dunked him down. Evandra is going to move forward. Is that enough to pick up a fort here on this tournament?
All right, it's going to be close. He's going to start throwing down his cannonballs on top of these structures. We do have the sledgehammer, so he can throw out, and again, a bunch of damage goes down. Now, Evan is a little bit out of position, going to be pulled in from the Condemn, but should be able to dwarf toss if he gets in a little bit of trouble. We're starting to see the bound minion take place. Azmodan's going to be looking to throw that out, get a good push going in the lanes that he's not in. Meanwhile, the push down bottom has been really favoring Blaze, as well as Jason, with occasionally Zeratul coming in, has been able to take down completely the towers and gate on bottom. Both teams hitting level 10 at the same exact time. All
right, a lot of quick skills going over to Team Blaze. A little bit slower. No Web Blast this time. It is actually going to be the Locust Nest. So Daihu possibly looking to be a little bit more engage heavy and just be the frontliner that the team needs here. Murden as well with that avatar. We do got the Devouring Maw, the Phoenix, and Divine Shield. And the bottom lane, like, we still have a lot of coins to the name. It looks like there was enough pressure to equal out the forts. So going back and forth, the experience is pretty much dead on. But Jason might be Sylvanas at this point, but with 3 pushing plus the Bruisers, you're going to have someone else rotate down here.
Yeah, and Hammer of Justice goes down on Jason. He will be able to walk back behind the gate, trying to put whatever damage he can, trying to force the rest of Panda Global off of these structures. But this is a really big push here. Wailing Arrow is available if they really get into trouble. Jason is very low. Som is here, but looks not to be looking for a Void Prison just yet. At there, it will go down.
All right, so big three-man VP, no mod there, but there's the counter. It is only going to take down that Malfurion, but oh, the arrow didn't actually hit. He was stunned. Jason couldn't blow it up. We threw out the shield anyways on top of Zeus. Here comes the Tranquility into the back, and the dunk is good. Zagara is going to be the first casualty in this fight. Roots will actually catch on top of that barcode. We do have that cleanse out from Lex Luthor way in the back. One more orb. Will Raffo actually pick off Lex? He goes for barcode instead. And then it looks like everyone else here will live to see another day, but the push is going to be good because the rest of everyone here from Team Blaze is pushing in, and Som is turning in 12 coins. That will be, I think, not quite the top. There's not enough damage, but still, we are starting to get some significant siege damage for Team Blaze.
Blaze is really commanding this. They've taken out one fort with the first turn, and they're taking out another with the next one. And I like the fact that they pushed in the bottom. That happened to be where they were, but it's also nice because Blackheart attacks top next. So they were able to take out a fort, not wasting any shots, allowing all of those shots to go up to the top. They could get, it looks like this fort will get pretty low. Will it fall? I think it might.
1, 2, 3.
Yep.
It's just enough. It is just enough. That puts us at 13 now for the team of Blaze, and they have that talent advantage going in. Pandas are a little bit more on the back foot, but just like in game number 1, they still have a good still have a good position here to bounce back. Psalm is going to be blinking in, Wormhole back out. Daihu with that shield by the end of it, but Kawhi Rice and the poke game, this is just not something that they're going to win. They're going to have to back off or fight.
Yeah, they would be taking a lot of globes to their faces, but actually Asmodean is just more content to try to keep getting the stacks that he can, but they have been able to force Panda off of the turning point. Panda do not have their level 13 talents. They are behind in that regard, so they knew they couldn't really stay there. They might have been collapsed upon, and now they're in a horrible position for these chests that are spawning. Sama already working on the bottom one. Up top, Rafflecopter doing the same. They are able to rotate in and get the coins out of this top one, but the bottom one once again being picked up by Zeratol.
And Zeratul has kind of been the breadwinner right here for Team Blaze. So few coins now going in. Kawhi Rice is going to do his contribution, but Psalm, he might actually be found here. I mean, that's a creep tumor. He just walked over it. I don't think that they have the vision to see him, though. And then, well, it doesn't matter if they do or not. Jason's going to come in, and that will seal the deal. They will steal out those mercs. What was the rest of the team doing? It looks like they were trying to defend out top. And, well, I mean, they'll defend it. They will get that level 13, but things are starting to slip here for the Pandas.
Yeah, Blaze is everywhere. They've got pushes on top with mercs. They've picked up mercs on bottom. They're even in mid. Now, they do at least, Panda have picked up their 13, but it's going to be too late to fight at Blackheart, as the turn-in already is going to start hitting these inner structures, going to take down the towers and gate and start working on that mid keep.
Evan Drinde and crew have to deal with Jason into the bottom lane. I gotta say, Jason on that Sylvanas has actually been pretty flawless in the bottom lane. I don't think he's given up a kill yet, but he's been able to push back the Zagara, and now with much more pushing power, he's not going to be part of this team fight, but already VP down. Rafflecopter is going to get the Kawhi Rice heals by the end of it all, but still the dunk was okay. The VP for the disengage. Nobody will lose their life in this one, but it's still pretty much retreat here for Blaze. They've used a good portion of their power already.
Yeah, and level 16, very, very close, which is why we're seeing the disengage from Blaze. They've used up some mana, they've used up some health, they want to get healed back up, they want to get some experience, and they're going to be able to use globes all day, every day, to stop the turn-ins long enough for them to get their 16 and put Panda on the back foot once again. They have 2 forts up. They have the structure lead, they have the experience lead, and it's okay for them to kind of step back and be put on the back foot here and work toward getting an experience lead in terms of levels.
Oh, could Rafflecopter actually look for the snipe on top of Zeus? Of course, we know that Zeus got healed, but nope, he's just going to go for the farm. A good amount of farm into that bottom as well. Let's take a quick look at those stacks. 280 at the 11-minute mark. It's a far cry from the 500 world record, but at the same time, pretty respectable coming into it, as he now definitely has enough power to kind of solo clear those waves. So between the Sylvanas, between this Azmodan, there's not going to be a lot of default pushing power available to the Pandas, because the stacks are going to go up, and Azmodan will just keep up with that level, and he will be able to clear out waves from afar. Sylvanas is going to blow them up with that unstable poison on the back of that as well. So any kind of big advantages that Pandas want to use, they're going to have to generate it themselves by just forcing these team fights and winning those out.
Yeah, we mentioned it in the draft before, but Panda is very much a team fight focused composition, and that's really, Blaze is not allowing them to have that. They're all about just moving around, pushing the lanes. They can push them so fast, and Rafflecopter has been farming stacks and stacks and stacks, and now is dealing so much damage already with those globes. They've moved in and are starting to pick up this boss. They have their 16 talents. We've got the Burning Rage and the Blessed Hammer for Johanna. She's going to be doing a bunch of damage right in the middle of team fights. We've even got Greater Cleave, a Rending Cleave, my bad, on top of Zeratol. So not going to be going for double bombs. He's going to jump in, deal as much damage as possible with one of those cleaves, which will even deal more damage later on, and then Wormhole right back out.
And during all that, the boss is now going to be marching down. We did actually have that turn-in, but again, like you said it, there's so many forts still available for those cannons to target. It's not going to be the keep pressure that we were looking for, but it is enough experience to get the Pandas into level 16. And again, just like that, we saw the flip of a switch in game number 1. I'm curious to see if that's going to be the similar case here in game number 2, because the Pandas are trailing, but they have their 16. Their late game is available. Can they defend out against this boss, against these stacks from Rafflecopter, and come back into this one, or are we just going to ride this advantage out to a victory in a 1-1 tie for Team Blaze?
Pandas have picked up 16, but this time they've lost a keep as Zeratul was split pushing the entire time and did take out the mid keep. The top keep is open, and this time the coins are vastly in favor of Team Blaze. So as long as they can keep getting those turn-ins, they're going to keep the pressure up as they've still got 1 fort remaining and only 2 keeps are left for Panda Global. And even on the bottom, there's only 1 tower left supporting it. So we've got chest spawning. Panda seems to be totally fine with getting up in front, trying to pick up those coins, but will we have a full team fight?
And the Banelings are going out. They don't unfortunately hit anybody. Claudius now could actually be a big target. Evandrinde in the back, but Unstoppable is going to be enough to defeat it. Kawaii Rice and that Tranquility again. It's going to be forcing the Pandas now to retreat, and they're getting pummeled. Not only by that Asmodan, but now here goes the shield. The vulnerability dagger spreading there as well, and Nubarak just immediately gets deleted. Evandrinde over the wall. The counter Maw is going to be okay, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough for Lex Luthor to get out of this one. He will throw down that shield. We had some harasser into the back, and everybody is not looking healthy, and already with that Nubarak done. Are they really going to re-engage on this?
I'm surprised, and now Uther has fallen. That's 9 doubloons that he just dropped. Sam has 20 himself. Flame Strike is gonna make it so low. He will drop. Zeus is gonna go pick them up. Can he get away with them though? He's gonna go. He's in between Rafflecopter and Johanna. She's gonna condemn Zeus in. She's getting so low, and Zagara will fall. Coins littering the battlefield.
Coins are everywhere, and geez, another orb landing on top of Flame Strike. Wow, the flames, jeez. Landing on top of Barcode. He's not even going to get the return Flame Strike out of this one. So many coins. It was just everyone was a Viva Pinata right there. And now level 19 going into this. The bottom push was absolutely real. The top's not looking so healthy either. And with this turn-in, this could actually be what seals the deal for Team Blaze, because that will be the second keep. And we've seen what happens when teams are 2 keeps down. It's a very slippery slope to defeat.
This keep will fall to Blackheart's Barrage. Only 1 keep will remain. But Panda, they've got to get to 20. They know that their opponents are in the lead in that, and so they're going to start to go out, try to get what advantages they can. They're going to move toward the turn-in point. They have the 11 doubloons still on Evan, and he's going to get 2 more. I think they just need 12 for a turn-in. So if they can get there, that would really start to at least help them put some pressure on one of the 3 remaining keeps for Team Blaze. But it's going to be rough because with the poke that Blaze have, with the Zeratul, with the wormhole, Zeus is going to get by a globe, which is another great poke potential that Blaze have. It's so hard to get an actual turn-in for Panda.
There's level 20 bolts coming out. That's Storm Shield, Rewind, and Indestructible as well. If you thought Blaze was hard to kill, well, guess what? They just got a heck of a lot harder to take down there as well. Psalm's going to be blinking forward. The party bush idea from Panda is just not going to be yielding any kind of favor. And now Evandrinde is going to be joining the fight. Claudius was a big target, just jumps over top of that. That's going to be the setup. The massive orbs coming out from Rafflecopter into the back. The longer this fight goes on, the better it's going to look for Blaze.
1 Storm Shield goes down, and a Void Prison will catch Evan and Daihu straight into a Wheeling Arrow, and Zeus and Kael'thas fall exactly at the same time. Already the damage dealers are down. Uther will fall as well. They've caught Daihu in their roots. He's not getting away. And Nubarak is also down. Only Muradin remains, and he's not going to be much of a defense at all.
No, there's some catapults pushing onto the core, and we do not need a turn-in to make this happen. That core is basically bait, and that is going to be the first loss to the Panda Global team since we started streaming them here on the FourCourtJester stream, and it is, wow, what a doozy. 3 levels up. Team Blaze, they knew what they wanted, and they got it done. We weren't able to keep that Asmodan down for as long as we wanted, but by the end of it, more and more coins, and this will be a Game 3 hype coming your way because Blaze has tied it.
Man, both, I think, best of 3s that actually went to 3, our second team picked Blackheart's Bay to come back on. It's an interesting choice there.
I have a Team Blaze victory, but unfortunately I don't have any draft data, so.
Okay, guys, this is going to be all sorts of wrong on the stream, and I do apologize, but there it is. My cam is...
Your cam just died on me. We've been at this 8 hours.
Do I let you have the cam, or do I take the cam for the stream? I don't even know what to do with my life anymore.
Whatever you want, miss. Whatever you want.
We'll save the VODs, and I'll just stay with on the game screen for the stream.
So,
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, for the VODs, we've had a heck of a time. Somebody's either being very malicious towards us, or I'm just getting pummeled by an ISP that doesn't like me streaming for 8 hours a day. But either way, yeah, Gilly has her channel up. I'm the little bit of this fallback. The VODs will be protected, and we will love you guys for all of your understanding. Either way, we have one more game left to do here, Gilly. Panda Global ties it up 1-1. That's a lie. Team Blaze has tied it up against Panda Global 1-1. And for the last match of the day, I have no idea where we're going to go. No idea.
I am so happy that our final match of the day is down to one game. Game 3, ace match. Whoever gets this moves on to the round of 8, and whoever doesn't, they're out of a chance to move on to the America's Championship. It's all on the line, Jester, for this game.
It's always the best when the deciding match has to actually go all the way to Game 3. So we're going to get hyped, have a little bit of a drink and set up here, because Blaze and Global, they want to get this going. They absolutely want to get this going. They didn't even wait for us for the draft last time. So we're going to take our break now, and we'll see you guys on the other side, because Game 3 hype, our last one coming into it. DDoSers be damned. We're moving forward, and we're going to get this going for you here in just a moment.